the Microsoft Dynamics AX system. You can create user groups within domains. You can set up access level security within a user group and domain combination. You can also assign users to established user groups and report and track any changes that you've made. There are a lot of functions within the Arbella Security Manager, but right now I'd like to show you some of the attributes between the standard AX security system and the Arbella Security Manager 4.0 system. For example, when changing access for a user group, with the standard AX system, you have to mine through all sorts of data keys. And those of us who have done this know that there can be thousands of them. And sometimes you're not sure where you are within a certain module. With the Arbella Security Manager, you are in a virtual submenu or area page of a module. You can also be within an actual form. What about behind-the-scenes functionality? With the standard AX system, you are doing all the setup work. There is no behind-the-scenes functionality really other than saving. With the Arbella Security Manager, it sets up all the data points, fields, tables, and lookup tables for you as soon as you click Save, so you don't have to do the work. Create and copy functions can be very important to certain companies with a large number of user groups. With standard AX security, there is no create and copy function really. You actually have to import and export, and that can be very cumbersome. With the Arbella Security Manager, you can create and copy directly from a selected table, form, or report. You can copy across domains and multiple user groups. You can create and copy in one step actually, or you can just create a new blank user group. What about permissions comparisons? Wouldn't it be nice for a manager to be able to compare all the permissions of all the different user groups within his or her department? You can't do that with the standard security. However, with Arbella Security, you can. You can perform a one-to-one or one-to-many permission comparison. It can be at a high level, showing only the tables and forms, or it can be a full comparison showing every field, every button, every data point within the system. Role-based security. Now that would really streamline a company's security system. That's not available in standard AX security, but with Arbella Security, you can set up user groups as roles. With one click of a button, assign multiple user groups to those roles, then assign users to the role. That way, one user has one role instead of 3 or 4 user groups. This really helps to streamline your security structure. What about auditing reports with the Security Manager? There are none in standard AX system. With the Arbella Security Manager, we have 4 new auditing reports that will detail your security structure for audit purposes for internal or external reporting. What about tracking all the changes you made? Arbella Security Manager has a security change log that tracks every change made in that security system. It can track the date, the person who made the change, the module it was made in, the domain and user group, exactly what was changed, the field, the table, the form, the button. It will also tell you what the access level was set to prior to the change and what it was set to after the change. Now, if any of us have used the standard AX security system, we all know that there is extensive testing required here. It can take you a very long time to test a certain user group, depending on how much access that user group has in different modules. You'd have to go through every single module and make sure that they have no access. But before you can even do that, you first have to set up a test user, assign that test user to the user group that you just set up in the standard AX security. Then you would have to log out, log back in as the test user, and then start testing. No need to even test in the Arbella Security Manager, because when you're setting up the screen, you're in a virtual user group. You are seeing exactly what that user assigned to that user group would be seeing. In fact, you can even view a user's security levels within a virtual screen. As you can see, there are a lot of attributes to the Arbella Security Manager that helps to streamline your security. It also gives you a lot of power and simplicity at your fingertips. Alright, so now that you've had a chance to review some information about the Arbella Security Manager, let's take a look inside and see what we have here. I'm going to show you how easy it is to change the access on a certain user group. So for example here, we have Domain ID EU and User Group ID AR Clerk Level 2 as an example. And I'm in the Accounts Receivable module. This left side of the screen shows you a virtual AX standard main menu. This right side of the screen shows you the submenu to that module. Note down here this key that shows you what the access levels are. So we have no access, view, edit, create, and full control. To the left of each menu option, we have the same icons, denoting what the security access is. So now, for example, let's say I want to change the access under sales orders. I can just open that, and note that Open Sales Orders is currently set to View Access. I'm going to change it to Full Control. So I just select it, right mouse click, and say Full Control. Now every data point behind this form has been set to full control. Everything the user would need to access this form. And just to show you for an example, I'm going to multi-select and also change these accesses to full control. Now all I have to do is click on the Save button, successfully applied, and I'm done. How easy was that? From this form, the Security Management from main menu, once you've selected your Domain ID and User Group ID, you can basically change the access levels in every module throughout the entire system, while you are in a virtual standard AX menu. You don't have to guess where you are. You can open the forms that you want to change, go exactly where you want, what field, what button, and change it. Here you can see you can create a new user group. You can create one that's based on an existing user group, or you can create one that's completely empty and has no settings. So you don't have to go in and out of any forms. Here you can copy to a new user group. So for example, we just made some changes to AR Clerk Level 2. I'm going to say, please copy this to AR Clerk Level 3. Click OK. Now I can go to Clerk Level 3. And as soon as that refreshes, you can see that it copied the same access that we just changed into AR Clerk 3. That's how easy it is. From this form, you can also show a user's access. So you can select a user ID from your drop-down menu here and view their access throughout the entire system. That is a very handy tool. You can see here how powerful and how simple we've made it for you in the Arbella Security Manager 4.0 version. You have a lot of tools at your fingertips. You don't have to hunt around for data keys. It's very simple.